Don't forget the rainbow during Black History Month. The first Black History Month celebration took place at Kent State in 1970. However, the precursor dates back to 1926, when historian Carter G. Woodson and the Association for the Study of Negro Life and History announced the second week of February to be Negro History Week. This was chosen because it coincided with the birthday of Abraham Lincoln on February 12th and Frederick Douglass on February 14th, both of which dates Black communities had celebrated together since the late 19th century. But one of the facts about Black History Month that is often missed is the connection to the LGBTQ rights as well as the civil rights of the African American community. After the civil rights movement of the 1950s and 60s, the fight for equality and civil rights continue even unto today. For example, in 1976, Gerald Ford, the 38th President of the United States, urged Americans to, quote, seize the opportunity to honor the too often neglected accomplishments of Black Americans in every area of endeavor throughout our history, end quote. Well, one of those too often neglected accomplishments was made by a gay African-American civil rights activist by the name of Bayard Rustin. Over a decade before the famous bus incident of 1955, when Rosa Parks refused to sit at the back of the bus, Bayard Rustin was beaten and arrested for the same reason in 1942. This only demonstrates the long, tiresome process of the civil rights movement. While it was Rosa Parks' actions on that day in December of 1955 that resulted in her being viewed as the mother of the movement, Bayard Rustin was a behind-the-scenes activist that was best known for his involvement in the movement in 1963. That is when Rustin served as the principal organizer for the March on Washington for Jobs and Freedom. Rustin worked alongside Ella Baker, a co-director of the Crusade for Citizenship. However, Rustin was a gay man, and due to criticism over his sexuality, he usually acted as an influential advisor behind the scenes to civil rights leaders. Rustin also helped to organize the Southern Christian Leadership Conference to strengthen Martin Luther King Jr.'s leadership. In fact, it was Bayard Rustin who taught Martin Luther King Jr. about nonviolence. But it wasn't until the 1980s that he became a public advocate on behalf of gay causes, speaking at events as an activist and supporter of human rights. Nevertheless, one of the first documented realizations Rustin had of his sexuality was when he mentioned to his grandmother that he preferred to spend time with males rather than females, and she responded, "I suppose that's what you need to do." In 1987, President Ronald Reagan issued a statement on Rustin's death praising his work for civil rights and, quote, for human rights throughout the world. He added that Rustin, quote, was denounced by former friends because he never gave up his conviction that minorities in America could and would succeed based on their individual merit. May Black History Month commemorate the work of civil rights for all the colors of the rainbow because of people like Bayard Rustin, a gay man in the 1940s and beyond who was willing to take the back seat for other civil rights leaders while refusing to take the back seat on the bus of injustice. Thanks, Bayard Rustin, for your work for improving gay rights as well as civil rights. If you've enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up and also leave me a message. And if you have not subscribed to this channel yet, hit that subscribe button so that you'll get a notification the next time that a video is produced.